Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The People's Lima, episode 139. I am Eric Lima, your host. I am The People's Lima. Well, hope everybody's having a wonderful Memorial Day weekend, as am I, despite the fact the Red Sox have lost their 10th straight game in a row. And I had a little bench-clearing brawl between Yunel Escobar, the jerk that he is, keeps running his mouth, and Johnny Gomes. So hopefully that will spark, but it could come out at a price too, suspensions galore, and possibly I don't think we can afford that because all the injuries we've been having. Napoli goes on the DL, Victorino's on the DL, Middlebrooks is on the DL again, and I'll tell you what, it's been very, very tough on the Red Sox right now. So we're trying to hopefully the Red Sox will find a way to get back into a fighting spirit. That's what we need. Also, big things are happening at my workplace at the Dartmouth Mall. There is going to be a recharging lounge replacing the center stage fountain that was there. All knocked down, destroyed. So it's been so that's going on. It will end. That project will end around July, the beginning of July, possibly second week. Who knows for sure? It'll probably be be done by the time I get back from the Whale City Festival, which I'm excited about. Today I want to address something that happened over the weekend. The tragic shooting that happened in Isla Vista in Santa Barbara. Unfortunately, the son of the assistant director of the one of the biggest movies of the decade in the Hunger Games was the gunman. Found out he was the gunman, and I read an article on him and what he had to say. It disturbed me greatly, and I want to get my 2 cents into this. And I want to know how everybody feels about what I have to say. Listen, some of us guys, we've been there. We're not the best-looking guys on the planet. We have no confidence in ourselves, and then we get angry and jealous of those who have somebody in their lives. I was one of those people, but I didn't go far. Never wanted to go far as this guy did. It's like it just blows my mind the way he went about the situation. Listen, I had crushes on girls over the years of my life, but most of those crushes became my friends. All right, because I respect them, and I like them. I like them and I respect them. I truly respect and became friends with them. That was very, very important. Being friends and respect. Friendship and respect were two main reasons why I had all these young ladies become my friends. Yeah. Now, over the years, since I got the internet, of course, random women friend me on Facebook, and they follow me on Twitter, which is really cool. I'm more on the Twitter side than I do on the Facebook side, because Facebook, you never know who's behind the other side of the keyboard. That's the thing, so that's why I don't talk to them much. But still, yeah, I always said from time to time again, my life with women, my luck with women kind of sucks. Obviously, just but I'm not going to be, angry and say, like he did. Elliot Rogers said that he would make every woman pay for the way they rejected them all, which is very sad. That doesn't solve it. What is that? Killing people because you're not having luck with women. What does that solve for you? What does that solve for you? Nothing. Exactly nothing. It makes your life a lot more miserable. And then going on a mass killing spree, like that's gonna make your life better. And then the guy shoots himself. It's like I feel like going, man, he doesn't get it. The guy didn't get reality. That's the problem. Listen, yeah, I've seen couples make out, and fall in love and kiss, and they're very happy with each other. I think I always think that one day I will get a woman that can make me happy too. Listen. There's a lot of things going against me, and I'm sure everybody will probably bring it up, on my comments on YouTube here. One, I'm 37 years old. Two, I live in my parents' basement, which is right now, and three, I'm a virgin. Yeah, I'm not afraid to say it, right? Four, I don't drink, do drugs, smoke. I don't do any of that. And five, I'm too much of a nice guy. Because, they say girls are attracted to bad boys and all that. Well, I like to be a nice guy. I like to be respectful of other people. That's the way my parents have taught me growing up. Yeah, I'm a born-again Christian. All right, and I was brought in a way to treat others with respect. You know, and there's a way to treat your enemies. You know, to treat other people. You know, that's why I try to be friends with everybody. You know, I don't care if what race, creed, color, or even sexual orientation. You know, we're gonna. You know, it's just like I like people. I like people in general. You know, I'm not gonna go Westboro Baptist Church on some people. You know what I'm saying? Just you know, it it saddens me that this young man, 22 years old, you feel like he had everything. He had riches. He had a father who helped assist and direct one of the biggest movies of this decade. All right, in the Hunger Games, and he got a BMW from his BMW. He had Gucci sunglasses. He had everything going. But the problem is his arrogance was what turned girls off. You know, that's what he didn't realize it. He thinks that he's God. He thinks that all the women should go to him, bow to him, and be with him, you know, satisfy him in every single way. You know, it doesn't work out that way. Your arrogance is what turned girls off about you. You may be the best looking guy on the planet, but if you're totally arrogant and be a total, I hate to say this word, douchebag, about how good you are and all that, that's going to turn people off. That's going to say, okay, this guy's arrogant. He's full of himself. I don't want to be around him. All right? Now, look at me. I am not the best looking guy on the planet. I'm not Channing Tatum. I'm not Brad Pitt. I'm not freaking George Clooney, for goodness sake. All right? I'm Eric Lima. You know? And you know the reason why I thank the good Lord that I don't get revenge in a way, because I don't own weapons either. That's another 5 things. I don't own weapons. You know, I don't own a gun or a knife, you know, or own a bomb. I don't own any of that. You see, I'm proud of being myself. All right. Now, if there's going to be an ability to where if it's time for me to get myself a beautiful woman, then so be it. You know, I'm gonna have somebody, then so be it. But right now, I'm enjoying my life. I mean, I got a family who loves me and cares about me so much, and I'm very, very thankful and happy because of that. I have relatives who like me for who I am, and they're totally awesome. I got friends who think I'm the coolest guy ever. I mean, I'm myself. You know, I got other things to occupy my mind with, other than women, you know, other than trying to chase after a girl and fall in love. I mean, I like watching the Red Sox, even though they lost 10 games in a row. I like watching wrestling. I like, you know, playing video games, you know, and watching action movies like Jackie Chan, you know, all that. Some of the guy stuff, all right, and playing sports. Also, I have a job. I have a job also. I have a life outside, so I also have a job, you know, and that I thank God for, you know. And through my job, I get to meet all sorts of cool new people, good friends, you know, get a chance to talk to somebody and joke around when my boss is on, have a relaxed attitude and atmosphere. And that's what keeps me going. And, you know, I'll tell this little story. I'm going to tell this little story, you know, why I'm saying this. Because I've learned my lesson back in the day, back in the summer of 95. About 4.5 years before summer of 95, into the summer of 95, back in 1991, I believe, I had this question with this girl in my church. Her name was Paulette. And like Steve Urkel was to Laura, I was the same thing to Paulette. I was obsessed with her. You know, I was obsessed with Paulette, wanting to be with her, be her boyfriend, and all that, and I could not stop talking about her. I mean, I aggravated just about everybody in my church about this, and unfortunately, I've aggravated Paulette. I've aggravated my parents, and they're all telling me, "Shut up, stop it." You know, this is not, she's not going to be with you and all that. Stop this, and obviously, I was being stupid and I was being an idiot to listen to them, and that was the problem. They told me to stop. Okay, I'll stop, but I kept right on going, running my mouth. In fact, I thought, and one day after youth group, Matt and my friends Matt and Rick, who were youth leaders at the time, pulled me aside along with Paulette, and I sat across the table from her. She kind of read me the riot act, and I said, okay, I'm sorry, It's like I wasn't understanding. I wasn't getting it, because the way it was, born and all that, unfortunately, I wasn't getting, no, it wasn't processed until the summer of '95. She started dating one of my good friends, Ruben, and the jealousy finally came out of me. I was upset. I had fights with my parents. I ran away from home a couple of times, and I finally snapped at both of them, accusing them from stabbing me in the back. I was upset about this, and even my youth leaders, Matt and Randy, did not appreciate that. They did not like that. My parents were very upset about it, and the whole thing went kaput. As a result of my actions and my behavior at that time, I have not spoken to either of them in almost 19 years. Actually, I spoke with the guy. I spoke with Ruben before when I requested him as a friend on Facebook. He was very shocked about this, and he was very shocked. I didn't because and so he said we'll be friends no matter what, which is really really cool. But Paulette, that's a different story. They dated until 2002. They dated 7 years. In fact, they got engaged in 2001, which to me was, boy, I felt very, very sad. My father encouraged me, saying he wanted to go up and congratulate them, and I decided not to do that. I don't want to, but at the same time, when we got home from church when they announced they engaged back in February 2001, I have decided I wasn't going to sit at home and sulk. And I said, I'm planning on going to the mall. I'm planning on, I decided to stop at Ruby Tuesday, my old workplace. I was working at Ruby Tuesday at the time. Stopped by, got myself a blondie dessert back in the day. Kind of missed that. That was a good dessert. And a root beer. Not regular beer, root beer. If I drank regular beer, I wouldn't be able to drive. I can't drink alcohol anyways. So I got root beer and a blondie. Downed all that, got it done. I decided, well, I'm going to head to the Harbor Mall, which they had the arcade, which playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2 really keeps my mind off things, mind off this. So I decided to go, but I missed the exit and ended up going to the Swansea Mall. Now, I went to the Swansea Mall for the very first time, and I thought I liked it. It was cool. It had like an 80s vibe. I looked around. It had the 80s vibe, almost style, buildings and all that. The inside, almost like an 80s vibe. That's why I kind of enjoyed it. I hated working there 4 years ago, but that's all said and done there. So I came back home, and my mother commended me on doing such that. I told her, I said, I'm not going to stay home and sulk all day. And that's, I refuse to do that. I refuse to let my lack of luck with women get me down. Because personally, I have lots of other stuff in my room here, all of my books and everything else to keep my mind occupied. Heck, I have a ColecoVision I have not even hooked up yet. So I'm gonna wait on the flashback console, see whether or not I can reserve it on Toys R Us. I can reserve it online, but I want to reserve it at the store to make it easy that way. So it's one of those things where you just you don't want to mess with life. You don't want to mess with the balance that it is. Well, as the story continued, was around December 2002. It was a church service that day. I was still playing percussion at the time before I moved over to drums 2 years later on that deal. Paulette's mother was part of our music ministry, still is to this day. Her father became our band leader. Was given a testimony during the service, and she was in tears because she said that found out that her and Ruben broke up. Paulette and Ruben broke up, and when I heard that, I was kind of shocked. Because I was beginning to accept the reality that they're going to be together. They're going to be together forever for the rest of their lives till death do them part. They're going to get married. That's it, done. Right? And then that bombshell came up, and I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" Well, when did this happen? I was taken aback by that, and I was too stunned to find out that fact. And I figured, well, I'm gonna leave things alone, leave where it's at, which wasn't easy, And there's something in the back of my mind. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, they broke up, I can take advantage. I wasn't going to do that. I refused to do that. I said, I am not going to do that. I'm not going to take advantage. It's not right. It was not right of me to do so. So I decided to walk away from it. We can leave it alone. Leave it at that. A year later, she was in Paulette's in college. She met a man named Danny. They got married in 2004, on October the 3rd, 2004. And I have to admit, I was depressed, but not totally depressed with the fact that I got a Red Sox game to watch because they're in the playoffs. You know, get excited about the playoffs. The Red Sox, you know, in the playoffs. It's going to be a really exciting day. They lost the last game. They lost that, and it was the final game of the Red Sox regular season. So back in 2004. So it's like, okay, they lost, but we're in the playoffs, which is really, really cool. And yeah, I was depressed when Paulette got married. Yeah. Then 24 days after that, after they got married, I just didn't care anymore. The Red Sox won the World Series, and I think that, you know, I was very, very happy it happened, and just, you know, and I was like, forget everything. I'm happy. The Red Sox won the World Series. I'm going to party. I'm going to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go, wee! You know? And that's what my attitude was. So, to keep going with the steam here, you know, and so, okay, so everybody's moved on. But my friend Ruben moved on and got married himself to a lady which I haven't met. But he was happy. Paulette was happy. Everybody was happy. I'm happy because I don't care if I'm single or not. You know, I've got the internet. I've got, you know, new things I can look up, like old school 80s malls in the past, and stores I used to go to when I was a kid. Oh, video games I used to play when I was a kid. I got Amazon.com. It's like, I'm happy. I got a job. I have a job. Excuse me. I have a job. I'm watching the Red Sox. You know, I'm very, very happy. I got a family. I got relatives. You know, I praise God for all that. And I'm very, very happy about this, and it's great to be happy, you know. So, but Elliot Rogers did not get that at all. He did not accept reality. He refused to accept reality. That's his problem. His arrogance has been his downfall, for one. Two, his lack of grasping reality is another. All right? Now, will I get a girlfriend myself one day? Sure. But sometimes it'll be up to me to make the move, or I'll wait for the right timing, because timing is everything. But for right now, I'm going to be cool. I'm going to have fun. I got a 2007 Toyota Yaris I like to drive because it's one of the coolest cars ever I got. I got music. I got video games. I like to watch wrestling. I got books and magazines on wrestling and video games and Red Sox. I got Power Ranger DVDs, all the seasons, every single season on DVD. And, you know, I like watching game shows, too. And I like playing game shows like Bullseye is one of my favorites. But, you know, what's so funny about this is that Elliot Rogers got out of touch with reality. He thinks that everything should happen to him because he's rich and he deserves it. He calls himself a god. I mean, listen, I'm not, like I said before, I'm not George Clooney. All right? I'm not Channing Tatum or Brad Pitt or even James frickin' Franco. All right? I mean, I don't have a hot girl on my arm, so what? You know? You think that completes your life, forget it, man. You know? There's a lot of other things out there that can really help you. Like, I'm a born-again Christian. I go to the Lord. I pray, you know? I got friends in my church that love me and care about me. And this Elliot Rogers just got out of touch with reality. And he got out of touch with reality. He thinks that he's entitled to everything in the world. That's not what's supposed to happen. Things come to you when you deserve it. Things come to you when you least expect it. All right? Either, you know, there's good things that happen, but it's part of life, though. Part of life, part of reality, you know? Things happen beyond our control. And there's nothing we can do about it, you know? And it's really sad, but that's the way life is. You know, I accept life for the way it is right now. I mean, will there be one day that, you know, good things. I had some good things that happened to me. I have some bad things that happened to me. You know, I have haters. I have haters that call me names I've heard since I was a kid growing up. It's like, can anybody come up with some reality? Can anybody go to the Don Rickles School of Insults? All right, or the Bobby the Brain Heenan School of Insults to learn how to insult properly. I mean, insults I've heard when I was a little kid about knee-high to a grasshopper, for goodness sakes. And nowadays it's like, oh really? You're gonna call me that? So what? Really? You know, you feel like Miz. You know, really, really. You know. So I think the moral of the story is that violence solves nothing. Going out and getting a gun and thinking and shooting people is going to make you feel better. Guess again, it does not. It makes you feel miserable. And killing yourself is never the answer. Suicide is not the answer. Make good choices today, folks. You know, there's some mistakes that we made. There's some mistakes I made in my life. There's some mistakes I made so bad to the point where I wish I built a DeLorean with a flux capacitor of 1.21 gigawatts. Required recruit Michael J. Fox to help me get back in time and fix things. Okay, and you know, and just it's amazing. Now I'll tell you. Now I'll give you a little bit of update on the Paulette situation. She was on Facebook. I tried friending her, and I tried to say, "Hey, listen, let's squash this whole thing. I want to be friends." You know, it was daring me, and she didn't accept my friendship. In fact, and either she fell off Facebook or blocked me from Facebook altogether. But I found her on Twitter, but I refused to try to make an attempt to follow her on Twitter. She don't want to talk to me, that's fine, it's her call. You know, it's been 19 years, you know. I know many people are thinking, well, do you think it's a high time that she's talking to you? Listen, she does whatever she wants. And she's a grown woman, she makes her own decisions, that's the way it's going to be. Me, I'll move on with my life, and I'm going to have some fun. You know, I can't be a lemon. I got to be a rosebud, 'cause it's party time all the time. That's right, I got to quote my boy, Adam Rose. He's my new favorite WWE wrestler. But also, my favorite heel, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Bad news, Barrett. I like that guy. I like he says it, too. It's really cool. So, like I said, I got other things in my life I can be happy and occupy myself with. Now, if a beautiful woman comes along and has a crush on me because she saw me on YouTube and all that, that's great. That's fine. You know, you want to get to know me better? Let's sit down and talk and have a coffee or a soda or a couple of hot dogs, whatever. Go for a pizza. So start with something simple. But right now, I'm cool where I'm at. I'm happy where I'm at, and it's been cool shows for me. I mean, I got my own YouTube show. People's Lima, episode 139. Hey there! Well, you know what I'm saying? I'm having a lot of fun. So, in other words, I think what Elliot Rogers also failed to realize is get another hobby. He failed to do that. He's so consumed with getting revenge on the couples and the beautiful people and all the stuck-up women. You're like, and like you can't consume your mission on one thing. You cannot consume yourself with one thing, because it will affect you mentally. And that's what happened. So those of you out there that are having problems picking up a woman or picking up a man or just the fact that you're not happy, listen, find a hobby to keep you occupied. Keeping you occupied is very, very important. Keep your mind occupied. I mean, I have a church. I worship the Lord. I mean, I play in my church's band. I play in the church band that I'm involved in, and I play drums, and I'm honored to do that. To serve God in that way. I'm very, very happy for where I am. I just want to let everyone know out there how I felt on the Elliot Rogers situation and what I think of it and what I've got out of it and what I've learned. And listen, if it had not been for my family, my relatives, and my friends, and the Lord Jesus Christ Himself, I'm born again Christian. I didn't want to shove any religion. I would have ended up like that young man a long time ago. I would have ended up like him. But I thank God that I'm alive. I just think, my condolences and prayers go out to those victims in that shooting and their families as well. I can imagine what they're going through right now. And like I said, I'm very, very grateful for my life. I'm very grateful for the life that's been given to me. Sometimes I go look around going, I don't deserve all this. There's all these things in my life. I don't deserve. There's the thing. Sometimes I look at it and cross my eyes, going, do I deserve to live here? Do I deserve all this that's been given to me? I worked hard for most of the stuff. You know? Look at all the hats. I even got myself a flashback Mighty Ducks hat because I like the Mighty Ducks logo. I mean, I've always wanted, I've always thought that the 80s and 90s were a time of easiness for me. We had no internet, but all the shows were cool. The music was cool back in the day. Everything. It's so insane the way things are. You know? Today it's so insane the way things are. People get bullied. And that bullied victim ends up being the shooter and the murderer. Like this is really sad days we're living in. And I promise you guys, and I am going to be okay. I'm just very grateful for all my family, including my mom and dad. I want to thank them. They've been a blessing in my life. I love them. I love my family. I love my relatives. I love my friends. And I love all you who are tuning in, who watch this, because my videos, the purpose of my show is to cheer people up and be happy. But at the same time, I speak from the heart, being honest. And, to my friends, Paulette and Ruben, you guys are still my friends no matter what. I apologize if I brought you up into this, but, I just want to, tell the world, listen, this is my experience, and this is how I dealt with it, and how I'm now going on with my life. And I really do appreciate the fact that I have friends and I have family. There's some friends out there that tell me like it is, and they're out there, and my family tells me like it is too. And sometimes don't take this personally. You gotta relax. We're only kidding. You gotta relax. Then I have a difficult time. Because I always take things seriously. That was my problem. I'd be like Lance Storm. If I be serious here for a moment, nah, Lance Storm was. Lance Storm, you Power Ranger! Somebody call my mama. See, I'm always spontaneous and zany, and that's what keeps me going. My ability to hear feedback from you guys saying, "Oh, your videos make me laugh." My mother, she says she got some feedback from her friends that the videos make her laugh and make them laugh and all that, which is really, really cool. But I also like to speak from the heart and speak, from experience of different situations in my life, from experience in the past, how I dealt with it. And, Elliot Rogers and his family, I can imagine what Elliot Rogers' family is going through right now. They trying to get the kids some help, and, I don't know what it is. I seriously don't know what it is with some of these kids today. The young kids are like, oh, we don't feel loved, we're going to start shooting people up. I mean, that's not right. That's not cool enough. What's that going to prove? What are you going to prove by doing that? To buy a gun and go out and go to some building or some school or mall and start shooting up. Then what's that going to prove? What are you trying to prove by doing that? You can't. You prove nothing. You prove nothing. You're making everybody afraid of you. Listen, guns are not right. This is not. Violence, murdering people doesn't solve anything. It'll get your butt thrown in jail and possibly get you the needle. In some states, death penalty. Listen, that's why I thank God I have a job. I thank God I have a family. I thank God I got a roof to live under. I thank God for everything. They say, thank God in all things, listen, thank God I'm not a Hollywood celebrity, No offense to all the Hollywood celebrities out there. Thank God I'm not a Hollywood celebrity. I can't imagine what they're living their life on. Having paparazzi chasing them and, taking pictures of them with every move they make, and all of a sudden you get reported on false reports and all that, and I can't imagine that, seriously. And so yeah, I'm different, all right. I'm odd. I'm different. I'm weird. I'm unique. So what? I'm Eric Lima. That is who I am, and that is who I will forever will be. There's only one Eric Matthew Lima, and that's me. All right. I'm the people's Lima. This show is all about fun, spontaneity, if that's even a word, if I pronounced it right, being spontaneous and having fun and being me. All right? I also like to open up from the heart. And I want to encourage all of you out there, make good choices today. Make the right decisions, please. For your sake, don't do anything that you're going to regret for the rest of your life. Because if you do, then I feel sorry. But I thank God for what He's done for me, and for the people that He sent to me in my life. Yes, I am a born again Christian. I'm not I'm not the Westboro Baptist Church. Don't expect me like that. I love people like God loves people. And you guys, I mean, watching my videos, you said to make you laugh. I got some criticism of videos. Like I said, I got some hate from the videos. But at the same time, I know who I am. There's a reason why I do this show. There's a reason why 139 episodes. And this is probably the longest episode I ever made. But I want to let all of you know out there, the show's going to still go on, go strong. I'm happy where I'm at. You guys are rock awesome. And expect more videos from me. And expect a lot more craziness from me. That's how I am. You know, who knows? I'll probably dust off the old Nintendo Wii and just play a little bit of bowling or something. I don't know. And entertain everyone by that, going, "Oh my God, we're playing bowling." But I'm very, very happy with what we have here, what I have here, and just I'm very, very thankful. So, on that note, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day, and rest of the night, and rest of the week or something. And let's hope the Red Sox stop this 10-game skid they're on. And I'm hoping that you guys learn from this, all right? The title of this video will be The People's Lima 189, Make Good Choices. Encouraging you all out there. You know, be careful what you say on the internet. Be careful what you say on Facebook, Twitter, even on YouTube. Because you never know who might be listening, who might be watching. You might get in trouble for it too. So be careful. Make good choices. Have a great night. Smile. Be cool. Stay solid. God bless. Peace.